All right, hello and welcome. We are in game 4 right now. T1 on match point. Damwon Kia need to prime themselves for actually to kind of bring this one back here because T1 usurp the world champion. DK don't even get a proper chance to defend their title all the way to the end, and it looks like they're actually very scared of Gumayusi on that Jin, and that Zilean combo in game 3 was absolutely game breaking and just nutty, and I don't think Damwon Kia had any easy way of getting that, like clearing that one out. And now it almost feels like Jin is a win condition, because if you get the Jin Zilean combo, it ends up being a complete disaster. It's just it's like walking into a natural disaster. You're getting shot. You have no real counterplay. Can't say that's exactly what we're gonna see again, but right now it's looking that's the tone that at least I'm walking into this game with, is that it's kind of on DK. Where's your counterpunch? What is it you're gonna take into this? Because right now T1 are looking like super comfortable here. Owner on the Jarvan is still pretty good. Xin Zhao not here, so T1 probably going for a slightly different strat than what we saw in game 3. Sadly, I really found that comp like so much fun. Faker getting his Rise, Showmaker getting his LeBlanc. What are going to be the developments we have? Because the bans are identical from game 3 to game 4 here, and Beryl is going to get his Rakan early on, so making sure that engage support is up and available with the charm. Appreciate that. And it's kind of going to be probably like the biggest adjustment, I think, at this point. Is just because the support meta has kind of felt like the biggest winning moments. Like, yeah, Beryl with the Maokai Jin ends up allowing like exceptional prio and bot lane where normally it probably wouldn't be because of just how many traps and saps there were. But now it's just like, all right, we're still going back to standard here. Kana's going to pick up his Jace after a kind of a lackluster cannon performance in game 3. I'm going to say it, like T1 won, but Kana kind of inted away a few opportunities. Only got like one good Maelstrom off when the game was already pretty much heading towards the end. Ken is going to get banned out here, so no cannon for Khan. Graves was already banned out by DK, so this could end up being a pretty interesting topside pick once we get through the second ban phase. Alright, so Jinx could be taken away from Gumayusi. So Gumayushi's going to end up on like he's going to end up on Misfortune. That's about all that's really left there. They might look for a Leona ban. Irelia ban, because I guess the hover from last game is going to actually prompt that one. And it's going to be the Ziggs. So Gumayushi Ziggs not allowed to enter into the game, and I think we're all happy to hear that, because we like to see this guy on some big carry AD carries. And I think, yep, he's just going to take the Lucian. Yeah. Gumayusi unflinching, unconcerned, and frankly, even if the Nami's gone, which does superpower the Lucian, I'm still pretty confident in Gumayusi on this Lucian. It's kind of we kind of end up in another situation where it's starting to feel like game 1 again, where DK have actually all of this range with Showmaker, and at least Showmaker on the LeBlanc, and then the Jin for Ghost. Feels like we're kind of heading back into that direction, but a Kiana, that will change things out. Win percentage on 69%. Nice. So it's going to get pretty interesting, pretty scary here pretty quickly. And Khan's going to go for the Gragas top. All right, so DK is just pulling out the interesting stops right now. Nice big batch of wombo combo ability here, you could say. It's a little bit disconnected. But this could end up being quite potent, quite interesting here, because yeah, this is going to be really weird. I don't exactly off the top think like the Gragas Kiana synergy is going to be really massive, but it will kind of set up, at least if Beryl and Canyon are on the same page, it can end up just being in the charm and the supreme display of talent. You're nailed to the wall and you're gonna die there. Carrie going to pick up a different enchanter, a much more normal enchanter for this tournament so far after that fantastic Zilean performance. Just, gosh, I love that. And you're not dying, and you're not dying. He's going to get the Lulu up. This should actually prop up his carries quite well. It will not be able to do the kind of work that's needed to prevent like a full team wipe that Canyon can produce with this Kiana. What kind of potential can come from this supreme display of talent. But I do like it. Empower the Lucian. Let Gumayushi sort of run wild and run free. And the long range versus short range issue that we saw in game 1 is not entirely here this time. You have the short range engage and melee of the Rakan and the Kiana. So kind of sitting there thinking about it. Trying to think about like late game options and everything like that. It feels more or less even. I know there's going to be a lot of bursts, a lot of damage on the side of Dam1 with the Gragas, who I would expect Khan to kind of go to full AP Gragas, because then you could just nuke one of the carries super easily. Faker on his rise, still going to be a massive team fight threat and CC threat. And I think this will be very interesting, actually, because I think this is the first Lucian we're seeing in the entire tournament that isn't accompanied, that isn't top lane and, you know, just unaccompanied or accompanied by the Nami. Like, the Nami Lucian just kind of ended up just being it was all or nothing. But Gumayushi looking to make some adjustments, and looks like we might have another top side ward play from T1 here. Flag's going to come out and not spot anyone in the middle brush. Barrel might be forced to dash away, but no one's going to get caught. T1's going to back off. And it looks like just one ward. It's one ward cleared out by Kiera. Nope, that wasn't. Something's missing. Because at least there's a single ward score line. I think it's just Carrie went out, placed the ward. Yeah, that's what happened. Don't forget to grab your exclusive Happiness Overload Prime Gaming emote so you can flex like Faker in your next game. I'm sure that's exactly what we're all thinking here. Alrighty, so let's go on here. Career achievements for Khan. This is kind of his last run. He's doing a really great bit of leadership throughout this year for leading his team so far through the year. He's had 89 international games. He's kind of the biggest veteran on the team, and with 6 LCK titles, he just needs this international. He just needs this world championship to really round out his career, round out his impact, his legacy on the game as one of just kind of like the current, like one of the old guard, one of the legends of his time. And they really need to kind of be able to win this one here. This is kind of do or die for Dam1 Kia. T1 win this game, they go on to World Finals. They face the winner of the EDG Gen G match that'll be happening tomorrow. So it's high stakes, but Dam1 Kia have shown themselves to do well in these high stakes. World Championship under their belt. Didn't do so well at MSI this year, but still securing the LCK championships is plenty in the bag for them to we're not too worried. I still feel like we're going to have a really good chance of a Game 5 here unless we start seeing some major leads and major leads acquired from T1 or some major blunders on the side of Dam1 Kia. Trade patterns coming in here, mid and bot. Gumayushi. No one's dodging that route all that well. Like, everyone keeps like dodging up into it, and it's so weird. I feel like there might be like a skin advantage here or something. Owner and Canyon fighting over this. Oh, and blue buff gets secured by Canyon. So a little bit of wasted time there for Owner, but he should be able. He's got his money. He might actually be able to get a double scuttle here. Bot lane is pushing in his favor. Showmaker teleporting back to lane. But Owner just looking to be a cheeky boy. Trying to punish this Kiana, who frankly goes into the jungle to avoid the trading patterns, the damage, the pressures of mid lane, of any of laning. I do feel like it'd be, after these wolves are cleared by Owner, it kind of behooves, and I think Faker's actually prompting for this now, but making sure that the bot scuttle is there. And Owner's going to be able to actually go get a double scuttle start for himself while Canyon begins re-clearing his jungle at his Krugs. So T1 with kind of full agency early on. Prio's kind of in their favor in all lanes. And let's see what they can do to actually punish Damwon for kind of drafting as such and losing so much priority in their laning phase. Because right now it's kind of free for Owner to do whatever he wants. Canyon's gonna be able to find this ward and clear it out. Khan getting poked out here pretty well. There's the teleport out from Khan. Yep, Boots of Lucidity just trying to keep as much of his spell rotation going as possible. Just so he can try to keep himself healed up with this passive. Now Faker getting positioned in for some trouble here. Canyon does have his... Yep, this is going to be the chain connection. It's going to actually proc here, and it's going to be the second stun. Going up here, and the execute's going to come out. One more auto, and that'll be first split over to Showmaker. Feels like we're having a little bit of flashbacks here, but I know it's not. I know we're not reliving the past because it's Canyon on this Kiana instead. Owners wants to maybe find something here. Canyon needs to leave it a pretty passive, but he's actually going to be able to get a bit done here, and that's going to be plenty of the whip. The whip actually does it for him, and that will even... Doesn't get an assist over to Faker, but that is a good equalizer, and that does put the jungle pressure, takes it off the map for a good 30 seconds, I would say. This is a plenty good WN distortion. Get the point blank chain up, and the follow up stun there from Canyon with the flash is great. But Owner is kind of aware of this. They don't actually. Yeah, he's hugging all the walls. He is not spotted by any of the vision. So playing super secret Owner, and he gets the perfect little proc there. Just flag, drag in, auto, and the whip, and that. Yeah, fantastic stuff there. Showmaker surprised by that play. Less than ideal. Nope. Yep, Khan putting the threat up. Yep, this is the dive threat that was being mentioned earlier. It gets a little dissuaded. Khan stepping away. This will be do or die here. 8 o'clock has arrived, and now T1 are grouping around this first Herald. DK coming to contest as well, and we might find ourselves here with another early fight, and I'm excited for it here. Herald brought to half. It's losing patience, though. This could end up being a resetted Herald if they juggle this a little bit too much more. T1 playing timid. Picker, I think, is trying to find an angle here. Owner was within smite range. Herald's down to 800, 900. It's going to be secured over for Canyon, and T1 actually never get the engage off that they want. Shock Blast over to Barrel, but that's kind of like, doesn't mean anything. So T1 waste a bit of time. Both AD carries stay bot side, so nothing really lost, yet. It's going to kind of come down to the trades for turret plates, if they can get 2 turret plates acquired onto frankly, just Gumayushi would be the best chance, I think. So Damwon Kia kind of out in the start here. 200 gold lead here early on, and it's the truth still holds. The stat still holds. Early little advantages like this have led to the winner of the game. There hasn't really yet been a starts this way and ends up another way, except for in the case of Barrel's dreams of a tree. He keeps getting chopped down, unfortunately. All right.
You also don't really have dive buddies in this composition, so it feels more like
Yeah.
those games where you ult in and then you just flag and drag back, and you're kind of just using it to create space to try to lock someone down, allow your carries to really follow up, because there's no dive buddy here. You're not going to just ult into the backline and one-shot someone with the follow-through.
Yeah, 4 range champions if you count Jace on the side of T1 with the Jarvan. And we talked a lot about team fights being kind of decided by T1 when they're running the Yasuo comps and the Kennen comps. The second they pull the trigger, Damwon kites back with their single target damage and then re-engages with things like Draven. This time around, it's the opposite way around. Damwon are the ones to look for the engage with Rakan, with Gragas, with Kiana. And T1, the only real zone they have is the Jarvan ult, as Azael correctly pointed out.
Yeah.
Just EQ away, so need to make sure these
Team fight tools on the side of Damwon Kia kind of more potent is kind of what I'm getting there from Casual.
from the roots from the Everfrost.
And something that Damwon is so good at doing is not just executing on these engages, but threatening them. Their setup around objectives is one of the things that anyone who plays against them will talk about. It feels so oppressive to try to walk over to a dragon because Damwon can clear out vision effectively. They sweep out any possible TP wards. They're playing from multiple angles, which makes it really difficult to approach with one of these style of compositions that T1 has.
Yeah, T1's kind of a very straightforward front to back piece. They kind of want the 5v5, but unfortunately, Gragas, Showmaker on the LeBlanc, Canyon on the Kiana, that's a lot of flankiness. Like, you might have at least one of those three sitting with the core of the team in Ghost and Barrel in terms of at least formation, but it's going to be pretty spread apart, and it's going to be pretty skirmishy, honestly. Now, that's going to be 4 topside here. Kyria is around, and Kana is not really in threat anymore. Faker might be in a little bit of threat. He's gonna, Chain's gonna land here. He dodges back into it. He's gonna get the flash over. There's gonna be the charm knock up, and it's gonna be the stun, and it's gonna be a secured kill here. It's gonna be secured by Canyon, and that's gonna lead right on into the Drake, I think. Oh, the root. I don't even know how what procced him on that one. But now Ghost is gonna flash in, exhaust. Gumayushi trying to actually damage this one out, but Khan's gonna be able to actually like prevent any of that from happening. Ghost secures the kill. Thank you, Khan, for body blocking. And that's going to be 2 kills over to Damwon Kia. They're going to take the lead in this game, and they're going to take the first Drake as well. So it is not coming to fruition. Gumayushi is going to actually start this game behind. And Faker's already gone down twice here, so Damwon Kia kind of turning it on here in game 4. And we are it feels like we're getting prepped for a game 5 here. Faker's going to dodge out from the Supreme Display of Talent and everything else, but he's still going to go down. There's just too many people there. There's just too much to stop him. Kyria has arrived to just be a nuisance, but Owner is also on the other side of this. He's going to flag and drag away from Khan, but this first turret, Khan trying to actually beat it out. All right, so Khan's going to be able to actually get first turret for T1. You see what it's actually going to cost him. So yeah, Faker just ends up being a little bit too far forward here, and Showmaker just uses double distort. Once he connects the chain, it's all done. Flash used out by Faker, stun into execution, and he goes down there to the Kiana. Oh, and that's where the trap. That's what procced it onto Gumayushi and allows Ghost to root him. And yeah, he's kind of done there. He's already used his relentless pursuit. The flash would be wasted. And that exhaust was pretty critical there from Ghost to keep himself alive. Otherwise, Gumayushi would have taken him down before Khan could finish it off. Now T1 looking for a play here, bot side here on Deguster on a barrel. That's going to be a good ward over the wall there from barrel to spot out owner and Faker. It's going to take the jump over. Here comes the curtain call here. I think it's just going to try to clear the wave with it, but it's going to end up hitting nothing but champions for not a lot of damage. And now T1 looking for their second turret here. Actually really contesting for map control for gold in a way. Yeah, it's only like a 400 gold lead now in the favor of DK.
I'm really concerned about how they're going to keep Faker relevant in this game. I mean, he's just so far behind at this point. He's not going to be a threat whatsoever. You know, he is building the utility with the Merc Treads.
He's going to be another stun option, but owner's going to be forced to jump away there. Carria moving himself away from that madness.
I mean, Faker's level 9, right? You know,
But that should also mean, yep, second herald has gone over to Damwon Kia.
at this point, and he is
And yeah, Showmaker's like 2 levels down from Showmaker right now. So Azael making a good highlight of how far behind Faker is in this game. And you kind of need that rise to be at least high enough in levels to survive the root gank options. But also he ends up being like a major source of damage in this game. And frankly, if you're going to have like 3-4 damage sources versus 3 damage sources, you kind of need all 3 damage sources up and available. Because if we get to where like it's, you know, Ghost, Canyon, and Showmaker and Khan putting out plenty of damage of all their types, especially all the burst damage that's going to be able to come out from Showmaker, Canyon, and Khan, you need everything you can get here. So Faker being behind is kind of means that T1 are playing for a later version of this game. And it's weird because like the best news about the later part of the game is like, you know, Lucian with full items, owner with fuller items and tankier. Yeah, but the Gragas just ends up kind of taking care of the tankiness all on his own. He can get himself in and out of trouble. He can disengage the fight. It's kind of where it's on like T1 to like try to bring themselves back into this game, but it's not really clear that it's going to be easy for them to do that. Charge tower there is going to equalize the turret score in Damwon Kia's favor. They might even actually try to usher this in for a second one. Now Faker gonna be able to dodge out both chains. No stun from Canyon. He's gonna actually take a turret shot, and that charge will get off from the Herald. So tier 2 bot in need of repair. So Damwon Kia is still large and in charge here. 15 seconds till this Drake spawns. I don't think they're gonna worry about it right now. They've already gotten themselves their first Drake, but yeah. Gold's still really close here, but it really feels like just based on the comps and just based on all the positioning, it's kind of Damwon Kia's game right now to lose, and frankly T1 need to find a way into this game because they 3 kills down and doesn't just feel there's just not a lot of agency for all of these players, which has kind of been like the highlight for Damwon Kia's comp. A lot of stuns, a lot of options to really provide damage to win some 1v1s. So really interesting time, a really interesting game 4 right now. It's gonna be a Mountain Soul, so a little bit of extra terrain in the area, and also a stat as the souls would stack up, and even if the soul would get acquired, very interesting stat to actually make a lot of these super squishy champions like tankier and healthier, and also it could even be a way just to make like the Gragas and the Jarvan kind of unkillable.
He actually skipped boots to just rush straight to a 2-item power spike here. Does have the Gale Force, has the Essence Reaver, so he's going crit Lucian. And it's something that scales really, really well now with this style of build and with an Enchanter in your back pocket.
Definitely something we need to keep our eye on, especially as he was the player with the big leads in the laning phase, almost 200 CS for the 159 of Ghost. And Ghost is doing what he can to catch back up in this game, but he is just going to be utility at this moment. Gumayusi has the damage to carry a fight.
Yeah, Gumayusi way far ahead in terms of that CS for sure, coming from Dragos. But how are they actually going to leverage that advantage here? Because it's going to be like buy space for him to like do the damage in these skirmishes or team fights. It's just there's nothing really to like to fight about right now, and there hasn't been any early game dives like we got to see earlier in this game, earlier in this series, frankly, by T1. Calling gonna come out here. Ghost gonna be forced to actually go force away. He's gonna be brought low, but Gamishi's gonna get dived on. He's gonna get rooted up here. He's gonna be brought so low. He's gonna be brought down to 1. He's gonna burn down here. Showmaker's gonna be able to confirm the kill, but that's like your major damage dealer. And now Faker's gonna be forced to flash away. This fight is kind of over for T1. They need to get themselves out. Carry gonna get jumped on here. He's gonna be able to flash away here, but that's gonna be a simple finish off with the Sigil of Malice from Showmaker. And now they want to keep going here. They gotta get the kill on to Kana, and Showmaker is putting this game in his pocket, on his back, and that's going to be a third turret secured for Damwon, and they are in charge here. 5-0-1 on Showmaker. He is ready to bring this game to a game 5. He wants to get back to the finals. He wants to defend his title, and he wants to put Faker down in the dirt one more time here. Demon King of Legend will be slain by the Showmaker. Yeah, Gumiushi just sees Ghost all alone here, but this ends up sort of being a bait here. Ghost survives the situation, but now he can actually still interact with this fight, and the root comes out here, the curtain call, and that first curtain call damage was just enough. Showmaker gets the sigil off there, actually, and it's a double Everfrost there by Khan to just set up Faker for the collapse, and then they just find carry up, and he goes down, and now Showmaker has killed Showmaker. 6-0-1 on this LeBlanc. He is a monster right now. Cosmic Drive active with his Luden's Echo. He's going to blow people up right now. He's going to blow people up there. Like, Faker's got his Mythic out. He's stacked up his tier, but he is so far behind right now. Like, he is just above the supports, and Owner is not too far, is like right there with him. So gold lead over in DK's favor is massive. 4K advantage on a team-wide scale. And now it's scary for T1. They need to find themselves some picks or something like that, or steal some objectives. Yep, because that's sort of like ends up being like the biggest narrative, like overall here. Faker's time when it was SKT, before it got changed over to T1, they were the most successful organization of all time. That's sort of what T1 is carrying with them, and it's almost never happened. It's only been SKT back in the day that there was back-to-back championships acquired, and that's been like kind of at that point that is the gold star for like you are one of, if not the greatest team that's ever played the game. And Damwon Kia trying to do the impossible, trying to really do that, especially as the LPL has gotten stronger, especially as Europe has gotten stronger and NA has become funnier to watch. It's really a big undertaking in this day and age for a team to be able to come to Worlds twice and win it for 2 years in a row. And DK, even without Nuggery here and Khan instead, it looks like they are primed and ready to kind of set that one up here, because this game 4, it's in their favor. T1 are gonna have to try to like bait out something, catch someone out, find DK making a mistake. But Third Drake's gonna go over to DK right now, and all T1 have is giving up their tier 2 bot side and trying to bait Baron.
Didn't even clear out the pit. There's still a ward sitting there, so there was no risk ever for Damwon. You're never going into the river when you see.
Let's see here. There's a gold lead on Kana. Might be able to actually get something else done here. He is 40 CS over Khan right now. That 50 CS gap getting shrunk a little bit.
Just sit mid, pick up the farm, and continue that march towards what looks to be that inevitable 5th game.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have to be looking for picks with this comp. That's just not really doable here. Ona's the only one that can really play that engage outside of like a flash E route from Faker. So T1 with not a lot of playmaking abilities here, and Gumishi's about to get engaged on here. Shirelia's Reverie activated.
T1's only strong point right now is Gumayushi's upper level on Ghost, and we
Yeah.
see what Ghost does against Lucians in mid lane when they're ahead against Rogue. Hans was able to find the picks to get Rogue back in the game. Can Gumayushi do the same on T1? Has the Lucian, is up in CS, and has
Owner's about to get caught out. He's gonna get rooted up.
Just a bit of poke damage now.
But now T1 grouping together. They want to try to actually get this down here. Good calling across. You're going to put Ghost down low. But Gumayushi, he needs to stay safe here. Here comes the teleport here. They should be able to spot this, but it's going to be Khan. He's going to be able to actually play major disrupt. Faker's going to be forced to flash over, and the Root's only going to catch, but there's going to be the supreme display of talent. Faker's going to get the wild grow up, but there's just too much damage. There's too much up and available here. Gumayushi, Keria is still available. Owner trying to bait Showmaker and Khan maybe into this here. It's going to be, ooh, gold. Stopwatch there from Gumayushi. It's going to be able to actually stop Gumayushi from taking Showmaker's life. He remains unkilled in this game. And that's a clean ace for Damwon Kia. And guess what's on the menu, boys? Worm. We're going to go get the Baron. This is a statement game from Damwon Kia for sure here. They are running T1 over. And Faker not able to really get much done here. 0-5-0 on this rise. He is 50 CS down from Showmaker, 8 kills behind, and this game is like all but over right now. Damwon Kia going to get this Baron and start putting the final touches on this game, on this present here, securing in at like a 10,000 gold lead here, and it's getting scary. And it's gonna be a good double engage there by the Rakan. Yep, good stopwatch there from him to prevent Gumayushi from being able to take back that kill.
Spend about 600 of that into a stopwatch to keep him alive with these plays. This man can play on the edge of madness every single time, keeping those stacks alive.
Yeah, and Gumayushi getting out good damage there, but Showmaker just getting so much work done. 3.7k on a LeBlanc, which is usually you'd see like a lot of single target damage, so not normally topping the damage charts, but with the position Showmaker's in, and I think he's just like making his own statement here. Kana and Owner looking for a little catch here, but there's gonna be 4 there. Can't exactly get a pick with what's there.
It was T1 going for this 5th pick, Lulu trying to dominate lane, Barrel circumventing it entirely by moving around the map.
Now DK going to move to take out these outer turrets. But Showmaker's just gonna go on and just start poking people out. Standard LB poke rotation coming in. T1 not going to contest for that outer turret. Don't want to at least throw the inhib for free. Now Canyon sitting out here, kind of meandering between both to see where he needs to put himself to really help Damwon secure these turrets, secure these inhibs, and still not actually like syncing up these waves just yet. Big cast comes out. You're going to get a good chunk on to Keria and on to Kana, and that should actually buy the space here. Faker's going to step forward a little bit, but that cast and the damage is going to help just push them away, give DK some free time with these inhibitors and these turrets. Top inhib goes away. And T1 just trying to find something, but Owner is going to actually get wild growth. That might have just saved his life here because I think it was like a QR onto him from Showmaker. And if that chain had probably connected, it would have been a dead jungler. Second inhib being contested, and T1 just kind of making sure that that's all they take. Alrighty, and with 40 seconds left, Showmaker and the rest of Damwon Kia are going to head bot side. Mountain Drake is up, and they have Soul on their minds. And what a just, not to like keep running it, but this is a supreme display of Damwon Kia and their talent. Pun intended for Canyon and his counter pick, which has felt fantastic so far. 2-1-3. Kind of everything kind of going over into Showmaker's hands, quite honestly. 8-0-2. He's gotten 10 out of the 13 kills in play. And yeah, this has gone pretty super easy, pretty super square. 10,000 gold lead in DK's favor, and T1 just left to stay in their base. There's not much they could do. If Showmaker's out there, he's going to blow someone up just all too easily. Teleport's going to come in. It's going to be Khan rejoining the push, rejoining the fight, and I think with the timers as they are, with 5.5 minutes till Elder Drake comes up, and 2 minutes and 40 seconds till Baron comes up, DK may just see if they can find themselves an ideal fight, or just get, at minimum, probably get this third inhib down, because at that point it will all but guarantee that they at least take Baron for free, and then they can have an easy walk it in and let the minions do the dirty work for them. Ooh, big damage onto Owner here. QR, and now here comes the curtain call, and now it's time to actually push off and run these shots. Oh, it's going to get Kana super low here. So now no full fight necessary. No one even needs to die. And DK are going to keep wrecking, the base, and that's going to be another wild growth. It's got to keep Gamiushi alive. Owner's brought low as well. There's not much else to really be done here. The advantages that were acquired from Gamiushi and Kana, not really able to bring it through. Faker falling down so low just ends up being too much, and that's going to be a supreme display of talent from the Charm knockup. Dead Faker, and now Damonkia here to finish this one up here. Kind of standing their ground a bit, T1, but there's going to be the finish offs here. Triple kill over for Showmaker. Next is going to fall, and we are going to go to game 5. Get those silver scrapes out.